We've got Gimmick on the line. We're going to bring him into our post-match interview presented by X-Rocker Gimmick. Welcome to the call, sir. If you have not heard, congrats on making the playoffs. If you did not get to know about that, Team Envy versus United was the last one it came down to. Scared, a little scary at the end there, waiting for them to close out that series. So how's it feel knowing you guys made the playoffs? Positive vibes, obviously a little bit of scariness for us here today as well, but overall, just give us your takes on the day as a whole.
Yeah, obviously we're all happy. We were right before this, we were all watching the game. It was like 0 seconds for like a long time, so we were obviously very spooked, but you know, obviously top 6 is what all these teams were playing for. I'm glad we got it.
Yeah, back and forth battle on the day, you know, not quite, I don't think quite the results we were looking for on the day, but able to pull it out in the end. I will say that does hold true to the script. Last day came down to literally the last match on the other one going through, but going into tomorrow, what are you guys looking forward to tomorrow going in? Do we actually have the do we know the seed? Do we know what it looks like? Has that populated?
I mean, we'll be 6 seed, so I don't know how they're going to do it. We'll probably play X set, it looks like, in the first match.
We do play X set in the first match. So what do you, let's jump into that. What do you think about X set as game 1?
X set, they're actually like one of our scrim partners. We scrim them a lot during like weeks. Cool. We played them in the grid. We beat them obviously, but I think they're just playing really good now. So this match is actually gonna be like really close. Really, like I really can't tell. Like they're really good. I feel like we could beat them. I feel like they could beat us. So
well, let's double down on that, and then Super's got some crazy awesome question, I guess, for you and I later. We'll figure out what the heck that is, but your guess is as good as mine on that one, Gimmick. But you said you've been scrimming X set a ton. What is it that you think has made them just be this team that like all of a sudden is like, yo, let's go 10-5 in the grid, let's start popping off in regional stuff? Like, what is that change of pace? Do you know what it is?
No, honestly, I don't know. Every like we've been scrimming them for months. Like I mean, scrim partner, we've been scrimming them for like so many months, and I feel like I've gradually seen them get better and better. Like team wise, like they pass to each other. They're all like really solid. They get really solid hits. They're not like every time we scrim them, they it's like we're playing like a really good team, and it's like good practice. And I feel like over time, with more time, they'll just get better and better.
Nice. All right. Before we go to Super's crazy whatever the heck question he's got, Gimmick, is that some ink I saw? What's that on the hand, brother?
Oh no.
I saw that as well.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you catching up here? Like you got some room to go, buddy, but like style. I dig it, man.
No, yeah, like so I get like templates and I put them on and see how I like it, but I definitely want to like get some for sure.
You and I can talk
I just like
anytime you want, brother.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
I don't have quite as many as Adam here, but I got a few, and I'm always down to get that conversation with you guys.
Man.
Yeah. But so I have a question. I've got a question for everybody, and I want chat to answer this as well. And I'm going to ask the question, set it up, and then I'm going to answer it to give you a moment to really give it a thought for a second here. So many people have been asked this question before, but I don't know that I've heard them be asked to give the 2 answers. So you can sit down, have a conversation with literally anyone, living, dead, no language barriers. In this hypothetical world, you sit down, all languages are understood between you and whichever party you choose to speak to. What are the 2? And I'll give you my 2. So my 2, one, I think that there's always somebody that is in a time is the person that's kind of ahead of their time or out of the space and not fully understood. But if you sit down and try and ask them some crazy questions, you may get to learn something. And I think that Elon Musk falls into that category where he's kind of a bit off the wall on things in different areas. And, you know, I want to have the question of like, if I put travel to Mars at the end of my bucket list for my life, does that happen in my lifetime? Can I get on a spacecraft and go to Mars? Is that going to be available to me? Like really tell me how it works. Can I make it? The other one for me,
tweet about Dogecoin again?
Will you tweet about Dogecoin again? I think he has his own coin now, so I don't think he's going to do that much more.
I mean, they invested
but
in Tesla.
my answer on the somebody not living, and this is one I am not religious, but this is something that I think could answer that question, is I would put up Jesus of Nazareth. One, if he is, if that comes to, and this is not me challenging any religions, anything out there, that is a one that's awesome, right? This is like, okay, this person, literally any question I have can be answered. On the other side, if it ends up being that he was a person, but just a man in the storylines continued, it's like, I didn't want to have that conversation and be like, hey man, so this is what everybody says and thinks. What actually happened? So I like that one. I think could be good conversation regardless of which way it goes.
Well, you know,
Gimmick,
honestly,
if you got answers, go ahead. Otherwise, shout outs to E United for the raid. Thank you for the W. Top 6. We appreciate you. All right, Gimmick, all yours.
I think I'm going with like the religious route for sure, but not Jesus. I think I go with Buddha. Definitely, just because I follow Buddhism, but not really like I practice it. I just like some of the stuff, some of their principles. So I'd say him for sure. For the second one, I really have no idea.
Nobody for living?
I mean, I guess I'd put like Bill Gates, one of those like top CEOs. I just like, you know, they made themselves rich. They put their lives together by themselves. One of those type of people, but that's no specific person. Just someone with that type of knowledge. Yeah.
Hey, Gimmick, you should reach out to Gary V.
Gary V, yeah.
You should reach out to Gary V. That's not a bad idea, man.
You could probably have that conversation. He would probably like to have that conversation with you.
Yeah, I would probably.
Okay.
So I do like the Elon Musk one a lot. Gandhi as well, I think would be just a really good person to talk to.
He was on my list until somebody gave me the other answer that I gave you, and I've now altered my.
Yeah, and I'm trying to go with other ones. Like I really like the Elon Musk one a lot. That was the first name that popped into my head, just because it's just such a different perspective and take on the way that we're headed, and like so ambitious. Like, yeah, I'm gonna put a car on Mars. Why not? You know, like just crazy stuff that you're just like, go you.
Didn't they fly a helicopter on Mars today, like this morning or something, or was that yesterday?
He's doing his thing, man. So I think that's part of it. I think Albert Einstein's always an easy answer as well. Just because I think it'd be interesting to talk about some of like the theories that have been evolved from now, and then compare it to where like he was at, and be like, yo dog, this is actually the situation. And he'd be like, what? And then like see where his brain starts ticking and stuff. Like, because obviously like he did things before things were a thing, you know, like that's the most elementary way of I can say that. But like the way that he came about his theories, and then being able to say like, hey man, it's been so many years in the future and this is the situation. This is what it is now. What does that make you feel, think? Where does that bring you? Like, what do you happen with next? You know, and just kind of letting them evolve from there. But I do like the Elon Musk one a lot. Jesus Nazareth's an interesting one. Buddhism, I'm actually a huge fan as well. The way they practice, even Satanism in its own rights too. But that's a religion topic we don't need to get into. Satanism is just about, you know, being a better person. That's all it is. Like the practice of Satanism is literally about just being a good person.
I know nothing about that. So when I I hear that, I'm like, what?
It was a spite thing. My teachers I didn't like in high school, and they're like, you have to read this book, and I'm like, I'm gonna read this book, and it was study of Satanism. It's a spite thing. I'm a spiteful kid. I hate it. Right. Anyway,
well,
but yeah, man, I think
we let that spiral
all the answers
go for a while.
Good answers, dude. Really good answers, man.
Yeah,
good question.
Well,
your best one, Super. I will deem that your best question you've had on the broadcast.
Awesome. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that also we had like viewers come in and we got to confuse them, because a lot of people that haven't been in here for the end of this don't understand that we are looking for questions that have nothing to do with Rocket League at all. I guess we can bring it back really quick just for them and make them feel comfortable. We can close it out with a little bit of Rocket League talk. But teams made it through. E United gets the job done as well. Helps us out there. Make it through. XSET up first tomorrow. And we've kind of focused on that, but how are you feeling, not just about XSET, but how are you feeling about going into this last regional and trying to secure that spot for the major?
Yeah, we're going to have to do really well, honestly, because our last one, we didn't do that hot, but I think we can definitely pull it out. We just got to play how we always play during the match days, because sometimes we just don't manage to do that. Sometimes in scrims, we just play way better, and during tourney days, it's just the opposite.
Do you guys have a little bit more confidence going against a team you scrim a bunch? It feels like you guys do.
I don't know about confidence, but I feel like it's just like more prepared. Just I know they're good, like they know we're good. It's just gonna be a really good match. I just don't want to like say like who's gonna win. Also, I feel like whoever wins that is definitely gonna have like huge momentum to beat the other team, whoever's next after that.
Well, Gimmick, we've held you here long enough. We're gonna let you get out of here. As a reminder for everybody who doesn't know, because of the United victory over Envy, that means that the players are going to be playing in the playoffs tomorrow. We will see you guys back tomorrow. And for Gimmick, that's a page playoff where they've got to take the long route. 6 seed going through 5th, and then 3-4 loser, and then all the way through. So 4 matches, Gimmick. That's an uphill battle, but I believe you guys can do it. So Gimmick, thank you again as always. We'll talk shop about tattoos here in a little bit.
All right, thanks.
Have a good one, man.
You too.
Again, that is Gimmick for your post-match interview presented by X Rocker. We appreciate you.